Hey everybody, we're back today, and I have a new guest, Kira.
Yeah.
Joining me. She picked the recipe tonight. She wanted to make some soft pretzels, and this is actually a recipe I found to do with the elementary school. And what I liked about it is it doesn't have to sit and rise. So when you're doing it with kids, it's quick and easy, and I actually didn't think it was going to work because normally everything you let yeast rise, but you don't need to in this case. So, it's to start off. It's one envelope of active yeast, and then you add a cup and a half of warm water to activate the yeast. And you want to just stir it till it's dissolved gently. Oops. And it'll still have some clusters, so that's okay. But you just want to get it kind of in the warm bath.
Make some bubbles.
And make some bubbles, yes, because you're activating the yeast. And yeast is alive. Do you know that?
Yeah.
That's why it rises. So you want to just stir it for about a minute. And that's what.
So we have a teaspoon of salt and a tablespoon of granulated sugar in here. And we're going to pour that in here right now.
Yeah, just slowly.
And we're mixing it in. That's done.
And then we're going to just add some flour. So this is a very super basic recipe. Yeast, water, salt, sugar, and flour. Now the recipe calls for this recipe, between 3.75 to 4.25 cups of flour. So essentially you just want to just put a little bit in at a time and stir it up. You don't really need
I'm just trying to show it off.
Yeah, you don't really need it you don't need it to be precise. You just don't want it to be a sticky dough. That's all.
Here is what our dough is currently looking like.
Still a little bit too wet and sticky, so you want to just keep slowly adding a little bit more flour, and just keep stirring it. So we have we've added about 3 cups of flour. So I would just start with that first, and then you can see that we have a pretty good dough. It's not super sticky. It's a little bit sticky, so I would just start. If it bounces back, as you can see, it's like, I'm not sure if you can because my counter is so light. But once it bounces back, it's ready to
be molded.
Knead a little bit. And we're going to keep adding flour until there's no more stickiness. Because next we're going to start rolling it out into
pretzel shapes.
Well, long snake shapes first, right?
Well, pretzel shapes.
Roll it into that. So as you can see, your hands are right.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. As you can see, it's getting more and more. It's like it's a nice dough now, so we can start working with it.
Okay.
So what this is another thing. The recipe calls for 425, and 425 for me is the oven's a little bit too hot. So what I've done is I do it at a convection 375, and I usually just start with a smaller grouping, and you're going to just work on a floured surface and roll it till we have some long, thick strings. So the best technique that we found, and for this recipe, we make some pretty large pretzels because the dough is a little bit rubbery. So what we found, here's a few techniques. If you let gravity help you along, and so that also helps in stretching out your dough. And then kind of doing a half roll, half stretch it out also helps. And then all you got to do is just do kind of a...
This is going to be huge.
Form a circle and just tie them through. Or you can, what you can also do with this, Kira, is...
But I made it look pretty.
I know you did, but look, they're very long. You can also
No,
braid them
that's really
just
cool.
like that.
I like twisting them.
Twisting them. All right.
Like this.
So, once you're done,
Oh, look how pretty that is.
just put them on parchment paper to bake. And then what we want to do is you just take one egg and beat it.
That was after they cooked.
And the egg will be our, it's just an egg wash, and then we'll put the coarse salt on. So our last step is adding this egg wash to, the egg wash and the kosher salt to the... Sidra, we're recording.
Are you sure I'll cut this part out?
Okay, but your head's chopped. People don't want to see a chopped head.
Well, people
Okay.
are going to have to see a chop head. There you go.
All
Happy?
right.
Resume.
So our last step is to add this egg wash. So we've beaten up an egg, beaten it up tough, and we're going to put a little bit on our the surface of our pretzels just to able to adhere the salt to it. Then we'll bake it for about 15 to 20 minutes. So you just kind of want to watch just to make sure that, well, first of all, don't put them too close together because they will rise a little bit and expand. Yes, we found that out the hard way. And then you just have to watch them. Once they're golden brown, they are cooked and you get to enjoy the delicious smells of it baking.
Almost done.
Cut.
Hold on to your horses.
And salt to your preference. I like to just do a little
Coarse salt.
Yes, just a little bit on them. Not too much. Some of it will fall off. But yeah, you just want a little tasting of it. No, don't over salt it.
I like my pretzels salty.
I know, but let's not make it too salty. All right. So let's put that in the oven
I'm
now.
not done yet. I'm done.
Here's what our pretzels look like. So here we go. We baked our pretzels for about 12 minutes, 14 minutes.
12 minutes.
At 375. And then we broiled them for a little bit just to get them nice and browned. So they're gonna have a crispy exterior and a nice soft interior. And so for those of you who watch The Office Day, this makes Kira very happy because it's what?
Pretzel day!
So thanks for tuning in, and we hope that you have success making some pretzels too.
That's all for now, folks.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Or good day. Or good morning. Bye.